Hey guys, I'm Jessie, and today I have my April TBR for you. I know this is going up a little late. The last 2 weeks in March were a little crazy on the weekends, and I only film on Saturdays, so I just haven't had time to really sit down and film. So today I am sitting down and filming everything because April is also going to be a ridiculously crazy month. So this TBR is a little light because I have a lot of stuff going on in April. I say it's light. It's a lot of quantity, but short books. So you'll see what I mean here in a second. If you did not see, I announced that I will be a co-host in Beautifully Bookish Bethany's Tour.com-a-thon 2022. You can go check out that video. You can go check out her video and all of my fantastic co-hosts. It is going to be a 1-week readathon with a really cool bingo board, and we're reading a group book and doing reading sprints, and it's going to be a good time. So if you want to join us, pretty much all the books that I am going to be reading this month, the majority, are for that readathon. Even though it's only a 1-week readathon, I'm trying to shove a lot of books into that 1 week, so you'll see what I'm talking about here in a second. So our group book for the readathon that I'm going to be reading as well is Remote Control by Nettie Okorafor. I'm so excited for this one. I absolutely loved the Benti series, and I've been wanting to read this since it came out. So when we decided this was going to be our group book, I was feeling it. I was so excited. So I'm really excited to get to this. I don't know a whole lot about it other than I love the author. I do know that we are following a girl who is Death's adopted daughter. And that's about it. And I'm very, very excited to read it. Next up, we're going to talk about this whole stack of novellas. This is my Tour.com-a-thon TBR. We're going to start with Riot Baby. Again, I don't know a whole lot other than I believe this is a dystopian kind of futuristic book, and I should be able to fly through it. I'm hoping to read 2 of these a day with these novellas because they're so short, and I have high hopes. So we're going to be reading Riot Baby. Next up, I have Over the Woodward Wall. I know that this is a novella set in the world of Middle Game, but I haven't read Middle Game yet. So hang on till later in this video when you'll see another book that may not surprise you now that's going to be on my regular TBR. And I'm really excited. I want to get to it. These are all knocking off books that I already own too, so super helpful. Then we are going to go with A Ring Shot by P. Djeli Clark. This, again, is one that has come highly recommended, and I can't wait to get to. I know that it is a kind of dystopian, fantasy-esque alternate history that involves the Ku Klux Klan. And I need to get to this. Everyone that's read it has loved it, so I need to know what I feel. Then we are going to read This Is How You Lose the Time War. This is a sci-fi time travel romance with 2 spies from 2 different timelines, and they leave each other notes, and I'm again, pretty much everybody who has read this has loved it. And I know I am flying through these with this TBR because I don't really even know a lot of the synopsises. Most of these I've had on my shelves forever, and I'm trying to just get through because, I like to go in pretty blind, not knowing a whole lot other than the real basics of the book. So that's all I know. So I don't really have much to say until after I've read them. Then I've also got All Systems Red. I do know a little bit about this. All I really know is that we are following a artificial intelligence robot dude that only wants to watch soap operas and doesn't want to be a murder robot. That's all I know. We're going with it. Then we're going to read The Test. I know this is about a man who has to take the citizenship test in the UK, but this is very much Black Mirror-esque is how I've heard it described. I love Black Mirror. It is a crazy show. If you haven't watched Black Mirror and you like weird dystopian sci-fi stuff, go watch Black Mirror. It's fantastic. It's a little creepy. You can't binge it. Like, it's not a bingeable show because it's disturbing in so many ways. But I have heard this compared to Black Mirror. I can't wait to read it. And then the last novella that I have for this month is The Black God's Drums. Again, I don't know too terribly much about this. I kind of picked it up on a whim because a bunch of friends of mine were just talking about it. And I'm like, yeah, well, I'll grab it. And it's super short. And this is, again, by P. Djeli Clark. I have a lot of P. Djeli Clark on this TBR. Come to think of it. So that's not a bad thing, right? But yeah, I'm really excited to get to this. Now, moving on to the not Tor.comathon books that I'm going to attempt to be reading in the month of April. And it should come as no surprise that the first one is going to be Middle Game by Shauna Maguire. And I need to read this probably in the first week of April, so Under the Woodward Wall or Over the Woodward Wall, like, makes sense to me because I know they're set in the same world. I think that's supposed to be like a children's book that is talked about in this book, but I'm not really sure. I know that this book has a lot of mixed reviews. You either love it or hate it. When we're following twins called Roger and Dodger that are, I believe, are like separated at some point, and they both have like different abilities, and it just sounds really cool. And I think it's a standalone, isn't it? I know there's that, but I don't think it's a series. I think this is a standalone, so that makes me more excited. And then speaking of P. Djeli Clark, who is taking over this TBR, we're going to try to read A Master of Jen. And I think I'm supposed to read the novella first, and I might get to that, which is The Haunting of Tramcar. I forget the number. But I have already purchased this, so I want to get to it, and I might pick up the novella as well. Let me know, is the novella one that I absolutely need to read first, or like that you recommend I read first? Because if so, I'll just pick it up on Kindle and read that first because it's my month of novellas anyway. But I really want to get to this. Then I'm going to try to read one of my book box books. I can't remember if this was Fairy Loot or Illumicrate, but A Marvelous Light is one that I'm going to try to get to this month. I really need to be better about reading my Owlcrate books, and I think this is actually a Tor.com published book, but I'm not 100% sure. I remember seeing that somewhere, but I could be wrong. Honestly, I don't know what this book is about, but I've heard good things, and it's beautiful. Light. Like, this is clear. So, like, this is the hardcover. And I've heard good things, and I want to read it. It sounds like probably something I'll like because I have a lot of friends who have similar reading tastes to me that have really liked this one. And then finally, we are going to try to finish The Shadowed Sun. I have started this. I'm probably like 50 or 60 pages in. Am I? 138, just kidding. Wow, I read more than I thought. I'm 138 pages in. This is the second book in the Dreamblood duology. And I was liking it, and then I just sat it down and hadn't gotten back around to it. And I love N.K. Jemisin. This is probably not my favorite N.K. Jemisin that I've read, but I'm still really liking it. And I really want to just finish it because it's been sitting like in my currently reading for way too long, and I want to just knock it out. All right, well, there you have it. That is my really quick April TBR because I don't know how much time I'm going to have to read. I could read more than this. I could read less. I would like to pick up some books off of my new exploding TBR that I think will actually go up after this video. So be on the lookout for that because I'm once again going to try to read 10 books in a quarter and either DNF and unhaul or finish and enjoy. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts on any of the books that I've mentioned. If I should read the P. Djeli Clark novella before A Dungeon in Cairo. And also let me know if you're going to be joining us for Tor.comathon. All right, my name is Jessie, and I will see you next time. Bye.